everyone? This is Dr. Armstrong back again with another episode of Tuesday Tips. We are getting started a little early this morning simply because I have a full day. I also need to go get breakfast and then come back and get started on my full day. However, this morning I want to talk on a very simple subject of bettering yourself. Bettering yourself. We are often hardwired to compare ourselves to others, to judge others, and to have a preconceived notion of how people are. Sometimes we don't even like how people look, therefore we won't interact with them. And that is not a good trait to have, okay? So, and we also have preconceived notions by what others tell us about other people. So today, we want to look at some key components of self-betterment. Key components of self-betterment. When we learn to focus and work on ourselves, we have a tendency to look at others differently. And when we look at others differently, we look at them in a more positive light because we are not judgmental. Okay? Being judgmental is a very, very damning trait to have because you don't know who a person is. You don't know what that person has been through. You don't know what that person is going through in their lives. So why not have compassion? Why not have sympathy and empathy upon that person? So the key components that we're going to look at today it strikes some type of a balance between self-acceptance and self-awareness and self-improvement. Write that down. You need to understand what those are. Self-acceptance, accepting who you are. Self-improvement, of course I'm looking at my notes, y'all. It's early. Improving yourself. And self-compassion. Be compassionate to yourself. If there's something that you just don't feel like doing, folks, listen, don't do it. That's having self-compassion. That's self-care. Caring for yourself, okay? So let's just take a look here. Self-kindness, okay? Self-kindness. Replace harsh self-criticisms with kinder, gentler words. Not saying that you should pity yourself, but don't be so hard on yourself. Everybody in the world goes through something. Nobody in this world has been successful from jump. Millionaires, billionaires have not been successful from Jump Street. So replace all of the harshness that you and the we can often put ourselves in a funk because we feel as though things are not going our way. It takes time to maneuver to where you want to be. Don't rush yourself, but persevere. Be consistent in what you want to achieve and be compassionate towards yourself, okay? Common humanity. Common humanity. Acknowledge that suffering and personal failure is a universal experience. It's a part of life. When I started my practice, people were telling me, you're not going to succeed. When I started this practice, people were telling me, oh, you need to go get a part-time job and then do what you want to do part-time. No, that wasn't my goal. My goal was to be an entrepreneur, to open this therapy practice, to help people heal, and to be self-employed, not to clock in for somebody else. That was just me. It wasn't happening anymore. And when I got to the age of 40, that's what it was all about. Now, have I always been successful in every little thing that I set out to accomplish in the practice? No. But you know what? Now I'm one of the most sought after therapists in the Southeast. I have clients streaming from the north to the south because of the perseverance, because of the consistency, and because I accept the fact that, hey, I'm not going to succeed at everything. But you know what? There is actually success in failure. Because if you fail at one thing, you can try something else. You go back to the drawing board. I believe in that. Okay? Mindfulness. Observe your negative traits and your negative emotions without focusing on them or suppressing them. If there's something negative in you, acknowledge that. With Dr. Armstrong, why would I acknowledge something negative? Because if you don't address the negative in yourself, if you don't have that self-reflection, you're not going to be able to proceed or succeed in life without looking at the negatives of your own self. If you're a judgmental person, and you know it, and a lot of people give you, oh yeah, I know I'm judgmental. Oh, I know I'm this and I know I'm that. Well, if you know you are those things, change them. What's so hard about that? Nothing should be hard about changing negatives into positives. What it is, we want to have this standout characteristic that makes us stand out from a crowd. But if your negativity is what's making you stand out from a crowd, guess what? You're standing by yourself. You're standing by yourself. Become positive, people. We're living in unprecedented times. You know, we have to watch what we do. We have to watch where we go. We have to watch, we now have to carry a piece of equipment, a mask with us everywhere we go. Our cars are stocked with hand sanitizer. We're beating the stores down for Lysol. Why would you want to be a negative person when you can have so much positivity that can affect someone in the world and brighten their day? Self-improvement. Okay? Increase your motivation. All right? Self-compassion has a tremendous benefit of increasing motivation. Okay? Motivation, first of all, you must have the self-esteem to be motivated to do something. So if your self-esteem is low, let's sit down with a professional and see why we have this low self-esteem, and let's get that self-esteem built up so that you can have that drive and that motivation and that perseverance so that you can set out to accomplish your dreams and make them realities. Motivation. Okay? Happiness. Become happy. Walking around, moping around, whatever it is that's got you in the proverbial funk, acknowledge it, address it, work toward healing it, and then let the happiness come in. You know, I've never understood people who complain about where they live when there are people who live under bridges, when there are people who sleep on park benches. You may not have the finest house, you may not have a nice luxury apartment, but why are you complaining when you have a decent place to live? I don't understand that. Never understood that. Improve your bodily image. That's a big one. Your body image, I need to do it. Exercise. Once they say when you hit 40, things change. I am a witness to that. Things do begin to change at 40. Bodily. Exercise some. Exercise has a great mental effect. on your personality and your characteristic, all right? Enhance your self-worth. Know what you are worth. Don't let somebody tell you that you don't deserve something because you're not worth it. Who are they to tell you what you're worth? You have to value yourself. Value who you are. If you're not happy with the person who you are now, I'm all for redefining who you are. I'm all for reinventing who you want to be. I've been through it. I've done it. There's nothing wrong with redefinition of who you are. All right? Redefining yourself. Becoming the person that you want to be. Resilience to adversity. We're always going to come up upon some type of adverse instance in our life, circumstance in our life, experiences in our lives. But you can't let those circumstances get you down and keep you down. Become resilient. Resilience. Bounce back. Come back stronger. You know, people have medical conditions, and sometimes those medical conditions can really get you down. But if you have a positive mind, that medical condition can't keep you down. People with cancer, people with AIDS, people with the coronavirus, they have a positive mind and they bounce back. You can do the same thing. Have a resilience towards adversities. No matter what comes your way, no matter what brick wall, stumbling block, obstacle gets in your way, bounce back. Go around it, jump over it, do whatever you have to do to get over it. But become resilient, all right? Last but not least, learn to have God in your life. If you don't have God in your life, ask him to come into your life. Have some type of spirituality, spiritual life. If you don't have, and if you don't subscribe to any type of spiritual life, and there's something else that you subscribe to that you feel motivates you on a higher plane or a higher level, increase that. Don't complain about your church. Don't complain about your spirituality. Use common sense, okay? But don't complain. If it were not, in my eyes, for God blessing us to be here and blessing us with what we have, we would not be where we are today. That's my whole take on it. So folks, listen. Learn to improve yourself. When you improve yourself, you're going to better yourself. When you better yourself, you better your environment. When you better your environment, whether it's family, work, school, church setting, any type of setting, when you improve yourself, you improve your surroundings. So in closing, again, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope that you enjoyed these Tuesday tips. Please like, subscribe, share, especially in the podcast community. I'm loving all of the communities that I'm a part of. These videos are actually shared through certain organizations, and I'm very humbled that something that I am saying is helping somebody along the way. We used to sing a song in church: if I can help somebody along the way, then my living will not be in vain. Thank you, folks. Have a wonderful day. God bless.